Vladimir Putin has accused the White House of signing off on Ukraine's attempt at taking his life. Biden denies Representative James Comer's new investigation into a pay-for-play money scheme while he was vice president. Trump plans to testify in his defamation and rape case in New York, and Tucker Carlson just got his biggest money offer yet. Thank you so much for liking and sharing these videos. It really helps me out, so thank you so much. By the way, happy 4th. May the 4th be with you. Russia's Kremlin spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, has accused the United States of making the decision for Ukraine to attempt to assassinate President Vladimir Putin. He stated, "We know very well that decisions about such actions, about such terrorist attacks, are made not in Kyiv, but in Washington." White House national spokesman Admiral John Kirby responded saying, "We neither encouraged nor do we enable Ukraine to strike outside Ukraine's borders. Whatever the truth may be, Vladimir Putin has used this assassination attempt as an excuse to escalate his missile attacks on Ukraine. In just the last few days, he's conducted multiple missile attacks, killing tens of, dozens of Ukrainian civilians." The White House has also denied claims concerning bribery accusations against President Biden while he was vice president. The White House spokesman for Oversight and Investigation, Ian Sams, pointed to liberal news outlets who criticized the report against Joe Biden as alleged unverified allegations. While Sams did not outright deny the existence of the alleged evidence in the possession of the Department of Justice, he did his best to discount it as a big story. The House Select Subcommittee on the January 6th attack is interviewing two former intelligence officials who signed a letter in October 2020 claiming the Hunter Biden laptop was part of a Russian disinformation campaign. Former CIA Director James Brennan will be interviewed on May 4th, and former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper on May 17th. The committee has already interviewed former Deputy CIA Director and Acting CIA Director Michael Morell. He is the one that said Secretary of State Antony Blinken triggered the organization of this false and fabricated letter. Now, Biden in his campaign at the time cited the letter and discredited this laptop story as Russian disinformation. Now, is there any chance that some of the 51 former intelligence officers that lied about the Hunter Biden laptop were themselves lied to and just signed on because their colleagues were signing on? Or do you think they all knew this was a fabricated lie to help Joe Biden become president? Let me know your thoughts down below. But it does look like the former DNI and former head of CIA are going to be investigated and forced to testify before Congress. Now, Republican lawmakers in Florida have just given DeSantis kind of a blank check. They're basically saying that they're going to allow taxpayer money to send the governor around the world to broaden his connections with international leaders, but they're also going to shield a paper trail or the whereabouts of where the governor is. Now, Governor DeSantis said, with the security situation, how you do patterns of movement if you're somebody that is targeted, which unfortunately I am, and I get a lot of threats, that could be something that could be helpful for people that may not want to do good things. So basically he's saying, listen, I get a lot of threats against my life. We need to protect where I am from the public in order to keep me safe. Ukrainian President Zelensky has traveled to The Hague, which is a city located in the Netherlands, which is home to the International Criminal Court. While in the city, Zelensky called for Putin's arrest, saying, "We all want to see a different Vladimir here in The Hague, the one who deserves to be sentenced for the criminal actions right here in the capital of international law. And I'm sure we will see that happen when we win, and we will win." So basically, he's calling for the arrest of Vladimir Putin to be tried in the International Court of Criminals. Now, the Federal Reserve has just hiked rates again to the highest level in 16 years. Instead of 5%, will now pay 5.25%. The Federal Open Market Committee attempted to downplay the recent banking crisis, stating, "The U.S. banking system is sound and resilient." However, it admitted that tighter credit conditions for households and businesses will likely weigh on economic activity, hiring, and inflation. While Chairman Jerome Powell was recently optimistic, the banking crisis has seemed to offset his optimism. He stated, "Inflation pressure continues to run high, and the process of getting inflation back down to 2% has a long way to go." So, a bank fails, and our government says, "Don't worry." Then another bank fails, and the government says, "Don't worry." Then another bank fails, and on and on and on. At what point do we say, we don't trust the government, and we also don't trust the banking system? I don't know. Are you starting to worry, or is this just, little blips on the radar? Let me know down below. Burger King announced today its brand is struggling and that they will close 400 restaurants across the United States later this year. The major stock indexes were read today with an average loss of 50 to 80 basis points. However, gold, silver, and Bitcoin were also down, signaling investor confidence is shaky right now with the worry of a large-scale recession or more bank failures. Former President Donald Trump has commented that he will likely respond in court to the recent sexual assault allegations against him from writer E. Jean Carroll. Trump claimed the whole situation was a disgrace, centered around false accusations. Trump stated, "I'm going to confront this. This woman is a disgrace, and it shouldn't be allowed to happen in our country." Today, jurors watched Trump's video deposition regarding this case. Left-leaning media pointed out Trump was agitated, so he's likely hiding something, while right-leaning media pointed out Trump was agitated because he was uncomfortable being accused of rape charges. Isn't it interesting how the media spins a story depending on which political party you vote for? All right, now speaking of Donald Trump, 4 top members of the Proud Boys group have been charged with sedition. At no time was the court able to prove that this group ever had contact with the former president, but some of them said that they felt they were his personal police on January 6th, and this is why they agitated the crowd and tried to push people into the Capitol. So interesting. I don't know when the last time someone was found guilty of sedition. I should have looked that up. Now, Tucker Carlson appears to be making his comeback, according to the Washington Post. Reportedly, Carlson asked Trump if he could replace Fox News as the moderator for the Republican primary debates. While nothing is finalized yet, Trump has reportedly shown interest in this idea. So things seem to be changing. Trump is ditching Fox and going on CNN. Fox ratings are collapsing. MSNBC is surging. And now Tucker Carlson might host the Republican primary as an independent media host, pushing one of the largest media companies to the side. Now, speaking of Tucker Carlson, Valuetainment, a podcasting and news reporting company, has offered Tucker Carlson $100 million to join their news and podcasting team. Let's see if he takes it. That's a lot of money. I'll do it. I'll do it for $100 million. Heck, I'd do it for $1 million. Billionaire Peter Thiel has announced that he will back Ron DeSantis if he enters the presidential race. He's a Trump fan but wants a younger candidate. However, he criticized DeSantis for trying too hard to overcome the woke agenda versus working on the things that middle-class Americans are worried about most. After Bud Light saw a sales tumble after their recent controversial advertising campaign, the U.S. Navy is also being criticized for similar reasons. The Navy has just confirmed that they used an active-duty yeoman who performed as a drag queen in an ad in an attempt to get new recruits. The sailor, who goes by the name Joshua Kelly, was reportedly the Navy's first digital ambassador. A Navy spokeswoman stated, "The Navy Digital Ambassador Program was a pilot initiative designed to explore the digital environment to reach a wide range of potential candidates as the Navy navigates the most challenging recruiting environment it has faced since the start of an all-volunteer force." Now, I'm curious to hear from you. With recruitment struggling in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, and Space Force, is a drag queen the right face for an advertising campaign to get people to join the armed forces? I don't know. You tell me. Let me know in the comments down below. Now, before you go, I want to remind you that you are amazing. Make sure to check out this video and also this video and hit that subscribe button. Also down below, there's details about the $10,000 cash giveaway my wife and I are doing. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by, and I will see you on the next video.